that Mr. Valle and his company is stressing, which I think is a good thing, I really do. Our house was built in 1832. It's on the Avon Historical Register, I believe, from what I know somebody came that was with that, you know, to our house. So all I'm saying is let's tread lightly and carefully, and let's look at every aspect before we make a move. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not against in any way Mr. Valle having a business, not at all. I'm all for it. The more businesses, the better. But we also have to be responsible. And if this doesn't go through, we do have to have, you know, recourse through the law to keep it in check and make sure that the company or companies, if there are other companies besides this, that they abide by the laws so that it's safe and that we can all have a happy experience here in this town.
My name is James Harrington. I've lived here 47 years of my life, and I would like to ask for the 118 signatures that Mrs. Menkel provided not be admitted due to the fact that Mike Valle has changed his plans when his crusher was going to go outside. Everything was outside, it all got moved in. I do believe those signatures are before from this first application, so I hope they do not get admitted in. Mike Valle and his team has done a wonderful job. They have brought all the noise inside, they've brought all the dust inside. They are not working at 11 o'clock at night. The DOT said there's no major violation, that 13 trucks is going to make a major problem for the town of Avon. I think he has addressed all the concerns for the town. He's done a wonderful job doing that. I welcome you to this town.
Could I just speak in relation to that, because he was mentioning what I presented?
Well, we're getting into a little bit more.
Well, I understand that, but you let Mr. Morgan speak again on raw materials, and I just wanted to speak about the petition. Then let's be fair. Basically, that petition was started, and I said this with the first application, but then I continued it, and I've since spoken to those people, and it remains a concern. So a lot of the signatures at the tail end of that petition are from the second application. So it's not, this isn't binding, you know, legally. This is concerns of residents before, during, and now. So that's how, and in terms of 11 p.m. at night, Mr. Valle said that when his company starts to get going after the first year or two, he was going to have a second shift, not with the trucks that would be coming in, possibly taking product out, but not bringing in, but they would be getting out at 11 p.m. And that's in the videos of some of the meetings that we've had. So yes, that was mentioned as a second shift.
Just for the board's purpose, with no offense caused, Mr. Harrington, I think that is, it should be a part of the record. What weight you give it is up to you. Ultimately, just like with regard to any other comments that you hear tonight, but it certainly, anybody can submit anything to be a part of the record of these proceedings. So as long as that public hearing is open, I think that there's no reason that a petition should not be a part of the record. Again, whatever weight you choose to give it.
Hi, I'm Marjorie Martin, 5540 Avon, East Avon Road, obviously Herbert Martin. And I am going to give some information that I cannot, it's what I saw. Some years ago, I used, when it was Metclay, Metalade, thank you, Metalade. I used to run around the building. And I saw a gentleman, and I can describe him, but and he probably fits a lot of people, but he took barrels. He dumped a barrel over, okay, when you face the project, and on the far right, there is a little building. I don't know if what's in there exactly, but he dumped that barrel there. I saw him because I was running around, but I didn't think anything of it, you know. Yeah. But now I just want to make aware, because I know Mr. Valle stated in their plans that the kind of work they're doing to break down the the materials, the whatever rock is being brought in, will be used. It'll be a kind of like a laser water-based project, which sounds really great. But I just want to make sure that later on, if you have any problems there, that you're not blamed for something you didn't do. So, and that's what I'm concerned about too. I mean, just for future reference. And you may have not be aware of that. And I'm glad to tell the community now what I saw. And so I don't know if that makes a difference for anything, but it's just a concern. And yeah, I'm concerned about what it seems like a heavy industry versus light to me. And well, it's been good living here in Avon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess I'll speak. I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'll come over to the table. I'm diabetic, and right now, I cannot eat. So if I can just sit, I will be fine. Okay. I'm not presenting all this. Okay, I'm going to give you this. This will be part of the record. I just want to share with the board, make sure you all got this. I think you have. For your use, I deal with facts only facts. This was the NICE code for your use. I suggest you take a look at that. The other part was based on probably 7 months of gathering information, not being able to speak, but it is all factual information and it relates to seeker. I suggest you take a look at that. This part in here is new. I'll probably put it in the town record. Believe it or not, these are MSDS reports on the quarry rock that hasn't been processed, that is intended to come in here, and where the health risks are the inhalation of the particulate matter that we're not going to be able to stop. It can come from anywhere, any place that this is traveling. I live west of the plaza, east of the plaza. Winds hit me, I'm going to have it. These things are serious, and we do live in a time when there are these particulate matters are in here, but the amount of trucking coming in, the amount of stone that's coming in, I started doing the figures. It's certainly a concern. All right, the other thing I wanted to say, and I'm just going to, when 3 minutes are done, you stop me and I'll stop. I'm not going to read all this. First thing is, you don't have to listen to one word that I'm saying tonight, or anybody else. Nobody. And that's because your job as the applier of the law is to only look at the law. You're to be blind and deaf to everything else that's around you. And you're to look at the law only. And that's where you make your judgment. I'm pretty well versed in that. Economics, property values, which I'm concerned about, jobs. I'd love to have you be talking about them and considering them. You can't. You can't. Because you have to stick with the law. That's what New York State municipal law tells you that you have to do. Let me go on here a little bit. Let's go past here. Second part in here, which I'm having submitted in the record, is the response to the Avon Tech Associates letter of intent to the Zoning Board of Appeal. I don't know the date, it wasn't on it. It's part of a FOIL. And according to their letter of intent, no one in Avon will experience a change in any way they live. I disagree, so do some of my neighbors disagree. The other thing is that when I looked at the intent of the law, which again, I'm just speaking, you're the one that has to do that. I do not see where this fits for many, many reasons. You've already received comments from me about it. You'll see them again. In here on the intent, he starts out first with, this one really got me. The process will involve the mixture of bio-origin cement substitute. And he's relating that to use number 7 in the 13016 code. I want you to take a quick look at that when you have time on your own. And in this folder here, you will see the NICE codes. I cannot find anything in the manufacturing sector on cement. So I want you to you can take a look at it yourself. You look at it.
Okay, thank you, Judy.
That's 3 minutes? Okay. This is for the record. Please take it seriously. I do. I gotta pull this off.
Of course.
There we go.
Are those for the record as well, or those?
No, nope, you've already got them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judy.
I'm still Scott Stokey, but if I was in a position to make a decision on this, I'd want to go visit a plant that's already doing this process. Now, I'm assuming there's not a plant in New York State, and I don't know that, that's doing what this gentleman wants to do. It's hard to make a decision when you can't walk into a place that's operating and doing what they want to do. That's all my point.
Well, I thank everyone. I appreciate all the comments. I know my board does. Please have faith in us. We are doing our job. We are doing what we all signed up to do here. And we're doing our best. With that, if no other comments,
Just, Mary Bailey, just one more.
one more.
I'd like to invite you all, the board, to come over and have a sip and nibble on my deck of a summer evening.
Yeah, we would second that.
Just to see what we would have to do.
Yeah, we'll be there too.
We can look straight back and see.
So with that, I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing.
I probably can't ask a question, can I?
No,
Okay.
we're good. I think
No, I just want to know, well, no, I won't ask it if it will upset you. Just a question, is there some other criteria that our local zoning board can use besides just the code in your job right now in determining the correctness of a special permit? Because I would like to know so I could look into it.
unless you can look into each and every one of our minds,
No.
I don't think there is anything.
Okay,
Not
it's
that
just
I'm
the
aware
law
of.
then, okay. All right.
But thank you. Thank you.
I just want to go on the record, I can be short and sweet. It just seems like we're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole in this location. It's not against Mr. Valle's business, we wish him all the success in the world, but in respect to the residents that have their backyards backing up to it, and we get into legal terms of what's raw materials and what isn't, but, you know, it's a residential community. I'm Karen Ball, Neener Drive. I just wanted to go on the record.
Thank you.
Last call.
We can be here all night if we want. I don't wanna be.
Just one more thing to say. Just in the few meetings that I've been to, things have changed as far as the number of trucks that they were expecting, that has increased, and the hours of operation, possibly adding a second shift. There is no firm set amount of trucks that they can tell us at maximum will be coming through, or number of employees, correct, etc. How can we base a decision on having this type of industry in a residential area when we don't even have all the facts? Or what happens if it does grow? Then what? Because clearly, this is a business that has a huge opportunity for growth.
Yes.
What's going to happen when that happens?
Anybody else?
Make one comment. One thing I have noticed in pretty much all these town board meetings, the people that are for it the most all live down in this end of town. So they're not affected by it, so just for the record.
All righty. With that, I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
You guys all survived.
Thank you.